James Abram Garfield, the 20th President of the United States of America, born on 19 November 1831 in Moreland Hills, Ohio, in USA. He was assassinated on 19 September 1881, 139 years back. Elberon, Long Branch, New Jersey, in the United States of America. James Abram Garfield said, "He who controls the money supply of a nation controls the nation." James Abram Garfield was the 20th President of the United States, serving from March 4, 1881 until his death by assassination 6.5 months later. He is the only sitting member of the United States House of Representatives to be elected to the presidency. James Abram Garfield said, "He who controls the money supply of a nation controls the nation." Yes, he who controls. The control is very important. Throughout the time, the Indian philosophers, India Yoga is only trying to tell you, God has given you a very beautiful body, a beautiful mind. No scientist and no power in the world could create such an ornament. But the only thing is, He did not give you the control, but He gave you the power to control. The power to control is only on hard labor. There's no other technique involved. There is no other technique involved. In controlling, you have to only do your duty according to how you enjoy moving into your land, into the understanding the nature, enjoying the nature. Like when you are in the hot, be the hot. When you are in the cold, be the cold. When it is raining, enjoy the rain. People get frightened of the rain because doctors have told them they'll get cold, sick. And naturopathy says the cold you get is because you still have indigestion. The pipelines are dirty, and the pipelines are dirty. Cold, cough, everything comes. So cleanliness next to godliness. The cleanliness was not there. Hence, you didn't have the control. Throughout the time, you have been never given, or they never gave you the opportunity to take your own responsibility. I think so. From morning, or from your childhood, your parents took care of you. You were not responsible for anything, your food, your dresses, your education. And we grow big, you went and joined a company started taking care of you. You became a beggar, begging for money. And when a child, you just showed your hand and food was given, dress was given. After you studied, throughout your study time, the teachers were putting things into you, what to study, and exactly what they said you study. And when you got a job, they told you how to work, and then you begged them for the money. You became a nobody. You had no control. You allowed somebody else to control you. When somebody else is controlling you, you became a slave. The people who understood that had become presidents and prime ministers. He who controls the money supply of a nation controls the nation. Controls the nation. Yes, money supply. That is very important. All the presidents, all the emperors and the kings knew all the richest men over there, and they are in deal, hand in hand glove, to create laws, how to control the people, how to slave them so they get the money coming out. He who controls the money supply of a nation controls the nation. James Abram Garfield, he who controls the money supply of a nation. This is your nation. Your body is a nation. Who controls the money supply, the supply of your blood, flowing water is fresh wood, stagnant water stinks, and everything starts flowing. Every part of the body starts flowing. The money supply of a nation. If the supply is stagnated, you lose. When it's stagnated, you lose. The supply is very important. So in yoga, they tell you how to use eyeball exercise. Yes. The neck, the shoulder rotation, the hip rotation, all the joints. You loosen up the joints. Then the stretching exercise. Then you start moving. Stretching is very, very important. And make sure that you gargle your mouth. You do Kapalapati. stomach pumpings, the internal cleansing of your body. Yes, and then you go on a fast to give the rest so that it gets rejuvenated. Even the body cannot go non-stop for a work. Even the materialistic world also understood. They have to give them 11 o'clock break, or lunch break, a tea break, because if you don't give the break, body cannot rebuild it back. Same, you have to give the body on a total rest on a day. When you give a rest, it rejuvenates more power. Yes. He who controls the mind, then you slowly understand how to control your body with giving food and without giving food. Yes. With breathing and without breathing. Yes. Meditation. All that comes. He who controls the money supply means you controls the several part of your body. Nation, your body controls the nation, controls you. When you have your own control, you can control others. When you do not have control, others control you. It's a simple thing. What James Abram Garfield said, like Ramana Maharshi said, ask who am I? Once you know who are you, and you start controlling with the varieties of your exercises, and then you understand, you start loving. You never loved. Somebody told you what is love, how to behave to your wife, how to behave to your husband. But you from your own part has not been responsible to understand or to taste. Somebody said it is tasty, so you said it is tasty. That's it. James Abram Garfield. Entered politics as a Republican in 1857. He served as a member of the Ohio State Senate from 1859 to 1861. Garfield opposed Confederate secession, served as a major general in the Union Army during the American Civil War, and fought in the battles of the Middle Creek, Shiloh, and Chickamauga. He was first elected to Congress in 1862 to represent Ohio's 19th district. Throughout Garfield's congressional service after the war, he firmly supported the gold standard and gained a reputation as a skilled orator. He initially agreed with radical Republican views on Reconstruction, but later favored a moderate approach to civil rights enforcement for freedmen. James Abram Garfield said, whoever controls the volume of money in any country is absolute master of an industry and commerce. He who controls the money, whoever controls the volume of money in any country is absolute master of an industry, of any industry and commerce. Industry and commerce, where the money comes. Yes. Once you have your body control, you have the control of your family, you have control of your own company, you have got control of your own land, you got control of your nature also. Control of the nature, you cannot control the nature, but you can move with the nature. That is what. When rain comes, you collect the rainwater according to what you wanted. You use the machinery to slope the land so that water stays in a particular area, and from there where you wanted to divert it up. When you control, when you understand yourself, you control even the sun. James Abram Garfield said, I mean to make myself a man, and if I succeed in that, I shall succeed in everything else. I mean to make myself a man. And if I succeed in that, I shall succeed in everything else. Yes, that means to understand yourself what Ramana Maharshi said, ask who am I? And Jesus Christ said, knock and the door shall be opened. Everything is you knock yourself, you make yourself strong, you understand yourself. And once you understand yourself, then you have control on yourself. When you have control on yourself, that is what. So I can succeed in anything and everything. And he proved it. He was a president. Yes, he proved it. He can control. When he controlled, he got the presidentship. Yes. I mean to make myself a man, and if I succeed in that, I shall succeed in everything else. Yes. And it is possible. Everything else in your body, in your mind, in your house, or the family tree, the joint family systems, your friends, you understand. Once you understand you have the total control. They never gave you a chance to control you. The moment you started asking for some kind of a freedom, what did they give you? They gave you social media, mobile and TV. And again, when you come back to your house, you got hooked. into that, and you started listening. You started only understanding one thing. You started understanding only one thing, that somebody else is responsible. I am not responsible. Yes. So whenever you go on the road, you see anything wrong on the road, you say, look at the politician. If anything goes wrong, say, look at that electricity board. Look at that. Everything is look at somebody else is responsible. I have to just enjoy anything, everything. On July 2, 1808, Charles de Guteau, a disappointed and disillusioned office seeker, shot Garfield at the Baltimore and Potomac Railroad Station, Washington, D.C. The wound was not immediately fatal, but he died on September 19, 1881 from infections caused by his doctors. Guteau was executed for Garfield's murder in June 1880. America, even the doctors, because they did not take care on cleanliness next to godliness, he got infected and he died. And 140 years back, and now America is the super on the fight. Every president understood, everybody, that small country was only 200 years old, has become super supreme power on the struggle. He said, who controls the money supply of nation controls the nation. Who controls yourself is what they understood, what Ramana Maharshi also said. Ask who am I, just knock and the door shall be open. James Abram Garfield said, he who controls the money supply of a nation controls the nation. Who controls the volume of money in any country, absolute master of all industry and commerce. I mean to make myself a man, and if I succeed in that, I shall succeed in everything else. This is my 184th short discourse.